Imagine the year is 1982. You are sitting in a dimly lit room, the only sound being the hum of an old shortwave radio receiver. You are scanning the frequencies, moving through the crackle of atmospheric interference and the distant echoes of foreign news broadcasts. Suddenly, the static vanishes, replaced by a melody that feels completely out of place. It is a nursery rhyme, played on a synthesized glockenspiel, repeating over and over with a mechanical, haunting precision. Then, the music stops. A voice, cold and devoid of any human emotion, begins to speak. It is a woman's voice, but she isn't telling the news or reading poetry. She is reciting a string of numbers in groups of 5. 2. 6. 0. 9. 1. 0. 0. 4. 8. After 10 minutes, the voice says, "End of transmission," and the frequency returns to the hollow roar of the void. You have just stumbled upon a number station. And while you might think this is a relic of a forgotten era, these ghostly broadcasts are happening right now, at this very moment, all around the world. Welcome to the shadows of the unknown. Before we dive deeper into the static of these global enigmas, take a moment to join our community. If you find yourself drawn to the mysteries that haunt the edges of our reality, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. By joining us, you ensure that these shadows are never truly forgotten. Now, let us return to the airwaves. For over 70 years, since the height of the Cold War and through the dawn of the Internet age, these ghostly signals have occupied the shortwave spectrum. They are one of the world's most enduring mysteries because, officially, they do not exist. No government acknowledges their operation. No military branch claims the massive antenna farms required to broadcast them. Yet, they are there, costing millions of dollars in electricity and infrastructure to maintain. To understand why, we have to understand the technology. Shortwave radio is unique. Unlike the internet or cellular signals, shortwave bounces off the ionosphere, allowing a signal transmitted from a secret bunker in Russia or a hidden base in the English countryside to be heard on the other side of the planet with a simple, untraceable handheld receiver. This is the perfect tool for the world's oldest profession, espionage. But even knowing they are used by spies doesn't make them any less terrifying. Let us look at the most famous examples, starting with the legendary Lincolnshire poacher. For decades, listeners across the globe would tune into a specific frequency to hear the synthesized bars of an old English folk song. It was cheerful, yet in the context of a midnight broadcast, it was deeply unsettling. The signal was eventually traced to a British Royal Air Force base in Cyprus. It was a tool for MI6, sending orders to deep cover agents across the Middle East. It operated with clockwork regularity until 2008, when it suddenly vanished, leaving only silence in its wake. But if the Lincolnshire poacher was a ghost of the past, our next station is a monster of the present. Deep within the forests near Moscow, there is a station known to the world as UVB-76, or simply, the buzzer. Since the late 1970s, this frequency has broadcast a monotonous, 2-second buzz, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It is a sound that has become the soundtrack to 1,000 conspiracy theories. Every few years, the buzzing stops. The world holds its breath. A live human voice, often sounding tired or strained, reads a series of Russian names and numbers, the monolith messages. Yelena. Dmitry. 7. 4. 9. 9. 0. Theories about the buzzer range from the practical to the apocalyptic. The most terrifying is the dead hand theory. Some military analysts believe UVB-76 is a dead hand trigger, a failsafe for a nuclear doomsday device. The theory suggests that as long as the station broadcasts its buzz, Russia's nuclear arsenal remains in its silos. If the signal ever stops, due to a decapitation strike on Moscow, the automated systems would detect the silence and launch a retaliatory nuclear strike. This makes the station not just a mystery, but a heartbeat for the entire planet. If the heart stops, the world ends. Another disturbing example was the station known as the Swedish Rhapsody. Imagine hearing the high-pitched, innocent voice of a young girl coming through the static of a Cold War radio. She sounds like she is reading a math problem, but she is actually directing the movements of East German Stasi agents. The juxtaposition of a child's voice with the dark reality of secret police and disappearances is the stuff of nightmares. When the Berlin Wall fell, many of these stations went silent, but many more took their place. You might wonder why, in an age of encrypted satellite phones and the dark web, anyone would still use an old radio station. The answer is simple: security. Every digital footprint can be tracked. If a spy uses a cell phone, the signal can be intercepted, located, and analyzed. But a shortwave radio is a passive receiver. A spy can be sitting in a park in Washington, D.C. or a cafe in London, listening to a broadcast from 1,000 miles away, and there is no way for counterintelligence to know they are listening. The code used, known as a one-time pad, is the only mathematically unbreakable encryption known to man. As long as the spy has the paper key, the message is impenetrable. In recent years, the activity of these stations has spiked. During the initial invasion of Ukraine, the buzzer was flooded with activity, and strange new stations began appearing across Europe and Asia. Some of them don't use voices at all, they use digital, burst, transmissions that sound like a screeching modem, or even strange, haunting musical loops. One station, known as the Gong Station, used the sound of a resonant gong to signal the start of its coded messages, creating an atmosphere of ancient mystery mixed with modern warfare. As we look deeper into the shadows of the unknown, we realize that the world is much noisier than we think. We are surrounded by invisible messages, orders being sent to people who live among us, living double lives. These stations remind us that the Cold War never truly ended, it just changed its frequency. They are a reminder that there are still secrets that cannot be hacked, and mysteries that refuse to be solved. We have barely scratched the surface of what lies within the shortwave bands. If you want us to investigate specific stations like the mysterious Cherry Ripe or the unsettling Yosemite Sam station, let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your theories. Is it just espionage, or is there something more reaching out through the static? If you enjoyed this journey into the world of ghost radios, please show your support by liking this video. It helps us continue to bring these hidden stories to light. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a descent into the unknown. The world is full of shadows, and we are here to explore them together. Thank you for watching, and keep your ears tuned to the static. You never know who might be listening.